Hey, Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. Want to help you get your mojo back. And today is an oracle reading day for the lunar eclipse for September. We're going to do another one at the end of the month in September for the solar eclipse. We've got a lunar eclipse at 15 degrees Pisces on September 7th. And eclipses happen in tandem, solar, lunar, sometimes in like a sandwich, but 2 solars, 1 lunar, 2 lunars, 1 solar. But we're just going to have 2 in September. And the first one is in Pisces. And the second one, the solar eclipse, is in Virgo. Now, a lunar eclipse typically represents letting go, feminine energy, attuning to a specific frequency for healing. And so I picked these lunar goddess images to depict maybe something that you might be undergoing. Most of my audience are women or very sensitive individuals. So I want you to tune into the image that you feel the most for this lunar eclipse energy and what it might portend for you. So the first image that we have, let me move her over here, and come on, say hello to me. First image that we have, she almost looked Hawaiian to me. Anyway, I love the wreath and the moon and all that stuff behind her. So we have the Green Witch's Oracle for the first image. Something in my eye. Brand new deck for me. By Aaron Murphy-Hiscock. And illustrated by Sara Richard. So that is the first card pull. I already pre-shuffled. Pardon, something in my eye. And the second image for a lunar goddess is the actual Colette Baron-Reid's the Goddess Oracle. So if you're drawn to the second image, I'm pulling from Colette Baron-Reid's The Goddess Power Oracle deck. And the third image, this one right here, Moon Goddess, I pulled right from Moonology-Yasmin Boland's Moonology. And let me tell you, the cards jumped out. I didn't even get to shuffle. 2 cards came out right away. So if you chose the third image, that's Yasmin Boland's Moonology Oracle deck. All right, so I just want to tune in and, hey, Star. I just want to tune in and remind you that whenever we do this kind of work, you're the one who's choosing the image. The cards may depict what you're going through or help you to define it, but you're the one who's feeling the imagery behind the card, whether it be, or the image. You're the one who's tuning in to what it feels like. And since I've already ascribed an energy via Oracle deck to each image, you're also picking up on that. And it's not really linear. You might have been feeling it this morning and thinking, oh, I'd love to go to Hawaii or Fiji. And then you see this image and you go, oh my gosh, yes, I want that one. But then the Green Witch Oracle that is tied in, that wanted to be part of the first image, is where we're going. And so I just want you to tune into your intuition right now. And you may pick different images for different things. Sun, moon rising, your health, your wealth, your passion, your purpose. So just take a second to deep breathe and tune into that now. And the first card that came out for image number 1 for the lunar goddess is called the fog, obscurity, and feeling lost. Now, sometimes a fog is a comfortable place because we can hide. And sometimes it just feels like you're tired. So if you chose image number 1 right here, then it could be that you need a break. And 2 cards came out simultaneously. So with the fog, and I'm going to go to her description. This is a new deck for me. Oh, there it is. Fog isn't a solid obstacle. It's like a veil, temporarily blurring your surroundings. Just because you can't see clearly doesn't mean the path isn't there. Carefully feel your way forward one step at a time. Perhaps you need to move in a different direction. Sometimes all it takes is looking at the problem in a new way. The fog card, if you chose the first image, the fog card prompts you to practice looking at things from different points of view. Do you have a problem plaguing you that could benefit from a different perspective? Now, with that in mind, it doesn't mean you're depressed or sad or anything. But with that in mind, if you've been trying to solve an issue, if you chose the first image, if you've been trying to solve an issue and you can't seem to get there, or, like how many times I used to be a chronic dieter. So I would do one diet, lose 5 pounds, and then gain it back, and then try another diet. And it went on for 10 years. And at one point I thought, I don't think it's about the food at all. Like, it's dawned on me. It's not about that. So I was in a body fog. And so I started to eat better and take care of my body and love my body. And the weight came off naturally. So with this fog card came the second card, which I want to get, I kind of wish that people would just put numbers on the card so I could so it could correlate to the page in the book. Now I have to look it up. Hang on one second. 33. Okay. Ooh, one of my favorite numbers. 33. Going once. Going twice. Okay. The second card that came out for the first one is Moss Agate, positivity and change. So once you gain a new perspective, and again, change, or nobody wants to change. Who wants to change? Nobody. You just want it to be the way you want it to be without the effort. So if you're stuck in that fog place because you're like, oh, I've been around the block. I'm done. I'm tired. I can't see it. That's when you get comfortable. That's when it takes you to a new awareness that you're a sentient, celestial, eternal being. So if you chose image number 1 and you're just like, I'm done, like you're just dropping your shoes at the door and sitting down. When we look at how to best nurture ourselves, I want you to remember that we're on a planet that's spinning through space. We feel everything. And sometimes when you ground yourself, when I look at Moss Agate, and I have a piece, but it's not, oh, wait. No, that's not it. I have a piece, but it's not in this room. Moss Agate is the remedy for the first card. And it's asking, is there an upcoming change that you have been avoiding? No wonder these came out together. You've been sitting around in the fog and you need to make peace with it. What is it that you need to make peace with? Is it the fact that you don't like your job and you want to quit? Or, it was just a part-time gig anyway, and it's coming to a close, and now what are you going to do? Or that friendship that you had, it's just, it's convenient and comfortable and you have company, but It doesn't feel truthful. So when you're about to make a transformation, it doesn't have to be this overwhelming 180-degree flip. It can just be do one new thing a day, one new thing, and have it be comfortable in your body, even if you're uncomfortable. So that's why I say ground yourself. Go out and literally hug a tree. Take your shoes off if you're near the water. If you're in big city, inner city, and there's a park somewhere, there's a tree somewhere, you have a plant somewhere, stick your hands in the soil. Getting grounded to the earth is going to help lift and remove the fog so that you can start to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's just a tiny little piece of it. It's not going to be an overwhelming, everything breaking at once. It's going to be, let's just look at the image. Here, this woman has her eyes closed. She looks very contemplative. She looks peaceful. She has this crown, flower crown on her head. And I put a crescent moon behind her because she was just hanging out in space in the image. And she could be contemplating the end of something without feeling overwhelmed by it. So, and for this particular one, I want to add, you know what, I'll just pull a clarifier for all the cards. And I got these secondhand. These are Esther and Jerry Hicks cards, but they didn't come with a booklet or anything. So, anyway. So I'm going to pull a clarifier for this first image. And oh, hi, Shelby. Yes, 33. 33 is a powerful number. And it's the consciousness number. I say Christ consciousness and people think religious. It's not religious. It's just about compassion and community and breaking it down into being thoughtful and how you can look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I need? So that's part of the positivity and change, coming out of the fog, helping yourself to feel motivated, even if it's just to get up and make a cup of tea, like, oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to do this. Now I'm going to pull a clarifier card from the Esther and Jerry Hicks deck. There's a lot of green here, and I have green screen. So some things look ghostly. Come say hello to me. How's everyone doing today? Oh, okay. Here's what came out, and it has a lot of green. Okay. So it says, I can rely. Oh, there. Can we see it better? I can relax into my natural well-being if you chose image number 1. And on the back side, it says, can you see that? Okay. The essence of all that you appreciate is constantly flowing into and creating your reality. As you appreciate, your state of appreciation opens more channels that allow you more for which to feel appreciation. So that's why I say it's incremental. It's just like, what do you appreciate? What are you grateful for? Sometimes when I'm tired, it's like, oh, my couch is so comfortable. Or, I have to walk somewhere and my new sneakers are just cushy and I love them. So find something little. It's incremental. It's not going to be this overblown big, crashing of the waves. Look at her face. It is a peaceful transition of power. Didn't somebody in the political world say that once? A peaceful transition of power where you go from your head to your heart and then you find coherence. That's where you breathe in and imagine you're breathing into your heart and it's opening the channels, and then you exhale and then you bring the light into your head and your brain and it filters down to your heart, and you exhale and you inhale until eventually you have a rhythm going and you have head and heart coherence. So whatever you're going through, if you chose number 1, this is a simple to get out of the fog and move into that positive feeling of transformation. It doesn't need to be overblown. It doesn't need to be dramatic moves. It's just one simple thing followed by another simple thing, and each thing gives you satisfaction. And then you appreciate that thing. It's like, oh, my new cup. I got these at the secondhand store, and I love them because they're like this color. And I like this color. And it was like, I just walked in there to donate stuff, and I looked over and I saw these glasses and I thought, I really like those. I'm going to get them for like $5 or whatever. And I felt such a sense of satisfaction. And it's that moment in time, that moment, that energy that creates the next ripple effect. There's a particle, which is the thought that stops things so you can focus on something or stop yourself from growing. And then there's the wave. And we want to be part of the wave. And since she looks Hawaiian, so maybe she's near the shoreline. All right, that's the first one. I hope this was helpful for you to just take it slow. Just take it slow. And by the way, I am offering lunar and solar eclipse sessions starting now. I will copy and put the link in so you can grab your session. And remember to share, like, subscribe, whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube. Okay, we're moving on to the second image. And this second image for Lunar Goddess, for the lunar eclipse. And again, the lunar eclipse is in Pisces at 15 degrees. If you know where that is in your chart, this is where you're going to see movement. And with the second card, the goddess, a goddess power came out. And the card that I pulled is Gaia. Gaia is a Greek goddess. It's on page 16. I'm sorry, it's the number 16 on page 32. So, and she says, being grounded, slowing down, remaining present in your body is the message that the Greek goddess Gaia has for you right now. Perhaps you've spent too much time in your head. She's looking a little concentrated on something. Get into a rhythm. Make sure you get enough sleep. Commit to spending more time in nature and eat sustainably with conscious awareness. Pay attention to your body and your spirit. And the alignment message for Gaia, the goddess, if you chose image number 2, is knowing when you feel scattered so that you can pull those pieces back together. It's a little different than being in the first one with the fog. This one is you're everywhere and you're trying to be everywhere to get everything done all at once. The need now is to look at the cracks in the foundation of life that you've built. When even one aspect of your life is out of alignment, it affects everything else. Ground yourself with Gaia, the Earth Mother. She wants you to enjoy creating the world you live in. Your alignment task is to take a fearless inventory of where, how, and with whom you live your life. Is it draining you? Are they draining you? What choices are you making if you chose this? The lunar eclipse has a lot to do with it being in Pisces, has a lot to do with having a dream, but it not working out, or you thinking it can't work out, so you don't even bother trying. Or with this image, there's a sensitivity that comes with the lunar eclipse in Pisces for everyone. And people just might feel tired. Some people get wired during eclipses. But with this second image, if you are noticing, and we're starting now, the energy starts now with the lunar eclipse. And if you're starting to notice that you give way more than you allow yourself to get back, then there's the imbalance right there. What percentage do you give to others or to things, a project, people, pets, plants, without giving back to yourself. So there needs to be harmony. Lunar eclipse in Pisces is about releasing. Now, it could be about releasing things in the world. Oh, you go through your closets. I don't need those clothes anymore, or that's not me anymore, or people in your life, it's you start to drift apart. It's, you don't resonate with them anymore. But the bigger picture is whoever you are on the inside, this is who you're going to project and then attract. So if there are parts of you that are not being honest, that are not being forthright with other people and going along for the ride because you don't want to make waves, well, this lunar eclipse in Pisces can feel like empowering for you, but also a little bit, yikes. What if I say or do something that hurts somebody's feelings? I mean, she doesn't look, this image that I pulled, she doesn't look like she's tough as nails, but she looks like she would say something that goes to the heart of the matter and speaks her truth. And it may or may not land well with other people, but she comes from compassion. So if you chose this second image, just remember that the goddess Gaia is asking you to ground to earth, become more present with your choices, and to stop trying to get it all done all at once. So I'm going to pull, and let me know if these resonate with you. I'm going to pull Esther Hicks card for clarity on this, because only one card came out of the goddess deck. And also with the lunar eclipse in Pisces, the letting go is typically related to a feminine part of you that wants to hide, that does not feel congruent anymore with who you are and are becoming. This is the card that came out. I can always reach for a thought that feels better. So reaching for a thought that feels better, and it says, oh, there we go. Your decision to reach for a thought that feels good is a powerful decision, for it serves you in many ways. The better feeling thought reverberates within you, opening passageways to well-being that reach far beyond this one good feeling thought. Let that sink in. So if you're about to have an ending, make a change, correct something on the inside where you're so scattered from doing all this work or paying attention to everybody else's issues, but not yourself, then what's the next good feeling thought? How about, I love that I am love? It's that simple. I love that I am love. And then when you start to actually believe it, that statement comes with automatic boundaries. And Pisces, it doesn't matter what sign you are. This lunar eclipse, second lunar goddess image, is all about creating the boundaries so with yourself first, so that you're not overdoing, you're not stretching yourself so thin that you're not thinking it has to get done by you, or who else is going to do it, or oh, they're going through enough, I might as well take it on. Okay, no, you're going through stuff too, right? So what's the next best feeling thought that you can come up with that puts you in just a little bit better mood, where you're feeling not so scattered and fragmented? You want to be present. I mean, the serenity on her face shows me also a determination. She's about to say or do something that, even though she's all in white and there's this pale gold and isn't it beautiful, but she has something on her mind. And it's going to come out regardless of what anybody else thinks. And it's going to be done with care and thoughtfulness. And so the first place I want you to go with your thoughts, if you chose image number 2, is how can I feel more cohesive and less scattered? How can I make my next decision be about my needs, whether it be biological needs, intellectual needs, physical needs, emotional needs, spiritual needs? What can I do next to help myself so that I feel stronger with every step, every breath? And breathing and meditation are a wonderful way to get centered. There's so many apps you can see or free things on Instagram or YouTube where you're inhaling, you hold, and then you're exhaling, and then you do it again. Inhaling, hold, exhaling, hold. And just being that present brings you into this place of power and groundedness like Gaia. I hope that was helpful. Today is National Thoughtful Day? Let me think about that. Okay. And now the third image. Take a little sip. The third image came out of Moonology-Yasmin Boland. And the first card that came out is this one. I mean, tell me this is not a Scorpio looking kind of card. Image. If you chose the third image, this is the card that came out. It's time to release negativity. Now, we're not having a full moon in Scorpio. We are having a full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces. And Pisces, the symbol of Pisces is fish swimming in opposite directions, because it bridges, there's the line that goes between the symbol. It bridges heaven and earth. Now, what if heaven were inside of you on this earth? How powerful is that? There's no room for negativity or cynicism. So every time someone says, oh, they have this sale over at the whatever, and you're like, they just had one. I don't know about that. Or I just met this person and he's really sweet. And really, are you sure? What's his last name? I'm going to look him up. If you've got any kind of cynicism happening inside of you, it's time to release the negativity, because you cannot attract light energy when you are in a place of darkness. Now, dark doesn't mean evil. Dark can mean quiet and restful. But in this context, in this image, with this card, time to release negativity. Why? Because the second card that flew out, expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. All right, we're talking about eclipses, right? Powerful change. So what does it feel like to trust? If you chose image number 3, where is the mistrust in your life? If you've been reading the newspaper, watching the news, stop. It hasn't changed in over 2,000 years. Now, I'm not saying don't care or don't be involved. I'm saying give it a rest and stop projecting outward all the things that are not working. I don't trust him. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. I would not invest in that company if you paid me $1 million. I wouldn't take that medicine because of the side effect, whatever. I want you to switch it now. And as you release the negativity, what does it feel like? Oh, vulnerable. What does it feel like to be vulnerable? So if you chose image number 3 and there's a thing in your life that says, I don't trust someone or something or myself. Maybe you've just stopped. Maybe you just went into a program to end an addiction. And you're thinking, and you just got invited to a party and you're thinking, oh God, all right, this is the ultimate test, isn't it? No, there's no tests. There's you making choices. And so you can always say no if you don't feel comfortable. So releasing the negativity is not just about sarcasm and mistrust. It's about having lived and created a life around things that have not supported you, including your own thoughts and feelings. So bring that to the forefront, the very next move you make, whatever it is, investing in something, time, energy, money, resources, into a relationship, into a program, you're taking a training program, you're, learning how to use certain computer programs, and you're like, this is just crushing. I don't want to do it. Then stop doing it. But then the buts come in. But I already paid the money and there's no refund. Oh, but they're going to say I'm a failure. But I should really do. Why the shoulds? So anytime you're faced with feeling negative, and I'm going to pull up Esther Hicks card for you, if you chose the third image, and I'm looking at the way her hair is blowing and what she's looking down. She's almost in a frown. But the frown can also mean contemplating the next move. The next move. Isn't that interesting? I just noticed that the different facial expressions. I mean, subconsciously, I'm sure I picked them because of this, but her eyes are closed. She's contemplative. Her eyes are open and she's building up momentum. She's about to say or do something. Her eyes are looking down and she's contemplating, I got to change something. So first, as you release the negativity, you ask yourself, well, where did it come from? Why is it there? Why do I feel like I'm the one who has to be in control? Or why am I the one that feels like I take the brunt of every situation? Whoa. Oh, okay. Three cards came out simultaneously for this particular image, and I'm going to read them in order. I bless. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Whatever I give attention to, here we go. Whatever I give attention to, wanted or unwanted, I am creating. You were born with a magnificent emotional guidance system that lets you know in every moment exactly what your vibrational content is, which is being matched by the law of attraction. Which means that if you're thinking it for more than 17 seconds, you're going to bring it to you, or you'll be embodying it. You will be naturally drawn to it. That energy will naturally be drawn to you. And it is your desire to feel good and your practice to choose good feeling thoughts. Only good things will come to you. That was the first card for this image. And then the second card, which is beautiful, all is well. All is well. That's your motto right now. Third card, goddess, lunar goddess, all is well. As you release the negativity, all is well. You're safe. You're safe. Just repeat that. I'm safe. I'm safe. All is well. Babies are beings from the non-physical, eternally coming forth for the creation of that which they decide. The babies are wanting so much for you to know that all is well. All is well. I don't know who this is for, but this is the third card that came out. I bless and appreciate every religion. So if you chose the third card and somehow you're coming out of a belief system that no longer resonates with you, I can relate. I was raised in one of the oldest religions in the world. I was not allowed to receive communion if I was menstruating because I was considered dirty. I was 11. So if this is for you, this may only be speaking to a couple of people or maybe just one. I bless and appreciate every religion. There is something for everyone in this magnificent environment of wide diversity where we as a people can continue to take thought beyond that which it has been before. So the old religions will tell you what you can and cannot do, and that you need to go through a certain process to get to the promised place. You might want to reconsider what that means to you now. Without judgment, just evaluate, is this for me? So all is well, absolutely. And just imagine that you're being reborn during this lunar eclipse. in Pisces, that no matter what trauma you've endured, no matter what, and maybe you think you're the one that caused the trauma, forgiveness is part of the road. It's part of the path. So remember that whatever you give your attention to, whether you want it or you don't want it, you're giving your attention to, and you create more of it. And that's when the victim's voice wants to come out and defend itself. So keep that in mind. Number 3, that if you just start repeating, okay, I'm in a relationship, I'm in a job, I'm in a funk, I'm stuffing chips and cake in my face and watching TV and I'm just not getting out of it. If you take one moment, and that moment can last 5 minutes, an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year, a lifetime, one moment, and ask yourself, is it okay to say all is well? All is well, even if it doesn't feel like all is well, just to create the bridge to start stepping into the new vibration. This lunar eclipse is going to show you something very powerful about yourself, that you don't need to use anger, sarcasm, or negativity to get what you want. You can do it from a much lighter place. Because then, remember, when you do that, expect powerful change. And then here come the rainbows, and the day dawns, and it gets lighter. All is well in my world. Hey, Latanja's here. Okay, so no matter what's happening in your world, I want you to remember that you're creating your reality with every single moment, with every breath. And if you remember, like I started out with the first reading, that we're spinning through the universe around a sun, and everything is in its proper place. And you have the very next moment is your opportunity to do something different, to make it feel like, I'm not going to sabotage myself anymore. I'm not going to be so negative anymore. I'm not going to be a pushover anymore. Okay, we know what we don't want. Now focus on what you do want. 17 seconds is the minimum. Neuroscience has proved it. I saw one neuroscientist saying in the wrap up for all the cards and images that when you focus on something for 68 seconds, you actually anchor it in your neurons, and then you create a frequency and it starts to come to you. And the only thing that stops it is disbelief, negativity, and separatism. So know that, and repeat, really, I am an extension of light. I exist here, now, everywhere. I am a celestial, eternal, sentient being. I am creating my reality. Get excited about it. Regardless of which image that you pick today, regardless of what's going on with the lunar eclipse in your world, stuff happens. And sometimes it throws us. And we don't want to be, we're so happy. It's so easy to be happy when people are giving you gifts and buying you things and everything's cared for and done and you don't have to do anything. That's so easy, isn't it? So easy. And then I remember thinking this thought long ago when I worked at a newspaper at night, at a night job. And I was overcoming a long-term relationship that ended. And I thought, you know what? If I could be happy digging a ditch, I remember being at work thinking, if I could be happy digging a ditch, then I don't have to dig the ditch anymore. I can choose something different. But if I believe it is my life's purpose to dig a ditch, and my back hurts and I'm hot and I'm sweaty and I'm tired and I don't want to do it, then I create resistance. And resistance is disallowing flow. So if you are a sentient, eternal, celestial being in a biological thing called the body, and you're resistant to something, it's a contradiction, isn't it? How hard is it going to be, or how easy will it be I think it's pretty clear according to the law of physics. If you drop something heavy, it's going to go boom. If you're lighter about, okay, this is happening, but it's not forever. This is happening, and how can I move towards something else? One tiny little thought, a deep breath can reset your whole world. And that's when we jump timelines. That's when we create a whole new reality that says, yeah, I was that because that's what I grew up with, or that's what I knew, or that's what I thought was possible. I didn't know anything else, or I was too scared to learn anything else, or whatever the reasons are. They're not right or wrong. They're your reasons. We all have them. But what I can do next is, what if nothing were ever wrong? Lunar eclipse in Pisces. I'm going to let go of hiding, and I'm going to come out into the light of day. And I'm going to empower myself, regardless of gender or non-binary or whatever you deem yourself to be. I'm going to look at one aspect of my life that does not feel good, and I'm going to give it some love. And if love means parting ways with people or ideologies, or maybe you're just done with a program, you know, you learned. I knew someone who is taking this Tabata exercise class, and she said, I got it now. I'm going to go home and do it on my own. So she was done with the class, but there was no negativity around it. You could be done with a relationship, or you could be done with a friendship, or you could be done with a food plan. It doesn't matter what it is that you're done with. If you're done with something, you bless it, you release it. That is the point of a lunar eclipse, especially in Pisces, to see that your ideal vision can now come to the forefront as we head toward the solar eclipse in Virgo. We're going to get detailed about how we're going to make that play out. So we have to let go of things first in order to allow the flow. Make sense? All right, folks, remember, I'm doing eclipse readings throughout September. So click the link and, oh, Latanja. Oh, thank you, Latanja. That's a beautiful testimony. I so appreciate that. And now you're thriving, right? You've been through your ups and downs, and now you're on a softer, more even road because of you. Because of you. And so remember that during this eclipse season, it's going to feel whatever you'd like it to feel, but whatever it is you're feeling, honor it. If you're tired, rest. If you're hungry, eat. If you're thirsty, you get hydrate. It's like so simple. And if you're enthusiastic about something and you want to dive into something new, feel the satisfaction of that and the gratitude of that. And then you're going to go. You're going to ride that wave. And that's what we want. And my ears are ringing. Okay, folks, I hope this was helpful for you. I will be back again. Let me see. When? Thursday, September already. I'll talk a little bit more about the lunar eclipse on Thursday regarding each of the astrological signs. Until then, my friends, thank you for being here. As always, I wish you peace. Remember to share, like, subscribe. It really helps the algorithm and for other people to get to know me. And there it is. And I'll see you next week.